Hello and welcome to round 7 of the 2016 TW Steel Heavy Enduro Championship. We are here at Daytona Sandown Park for the third time this season, although we are using the alternate reverse layout, so the driver's going the wrong way round the circuit as such. And one of the things that changes is the pits, because usually this is the pit exit, that's now the pit entry, and the drivers will come in there, work their way around here, and what is usually the pit entry is now the pit exit. So that's one task the drivers are going to have to get their heads around today. They had a couple of sessions last night to practice, so we'll see what this does. You know, a new layout, it could spring a few surprises. Now in the championship, Chris Carter currently leads by 71 points over Tomek Zaustovic, with Jamie Pender 8 points behind him. So can Tomek Zaustovic and Jamie Pender take some points away from Chris Carter? He said to me this morning, I don't really like this layout, but we'll see what happens. He said that at Will to Mill last time out and he won, so I don't really believe him. Let's head to the grid then and see where everyone's starting ahead of the hour enduro race.
What do you expect?
Hello, man.
What do you reckon?
I'll try to keep those guys behind. It won't be easy. Jamie is really quick. So during qualifying, he was just behind me, and I couldn't shake him off my tail. So it's probably gonna be the same during the race. I'm really hoping to keep on pole and stick it onto the first place in the podium. It won't be easy though.
Yeah, first time around this track, it's good fun. I think the quick second bend is going to be interesting on lap 1, so I'll try to get some good footage for you for that.
Drivers were out qualifying this morning. We are using the alternate reverse layout at Daytona Sandown Park, the first time we have ever used this layout. And on pole position is Tomek Zaustovic. Starting alongside him will be Jamie Pender. Zaustovic currently second in the championship, Pender third. On row 2 it's Adam Daly and Chris Carter, our championship leader. Chris Carter hasn't been off the podium all season, so starting from 4th. Let's see if he can make up a space and keep that run going. Gary Martin, the first of the Super Heavies, is on the inside of row 3. Then it's Adam Nakar, Diogo Silva, Tommaso Amendola, Anthony Unit, Rob Moore, Blaise Sienko, Tom Pugh, Robert Pertak. Plenty to play for here. Chris Carter currently the man with a 71-point championship lead over Zaustovic, with Pender just behind. Plenty at stake then for the two men on the front row. Can they make some inroads on Chris Carter? We go away for an hour's worth of racing. Zaustovic leads them into turn 1. Pender's gone with him in second, and Chris Carter making a good start. He is up to 3rd place. Adam Nakar trying to hold on to 4th place. I think that's maybe Adam Daly challenging him. All the drivers through safely as they now head down towards Vale for the first time. And Chris Carter I think's gone for a move on Jamie Pender, has he? He has, and that's a good place to overtake Vale. It's a very quick corner, a very quick entry, so Chris Carter doing a very good job there to get up the inside of Pender. It's allowed Zaustovic just to break away ever so slightly. He has a quick look over his shoulder there to see where Carter is as they now head through the final corner, which is usually turn 1, of course, on the alternate layout. And it's Zaustovic who leads from Carter, Pender. Then it's Nakar, Daly, Pertak, Silva, Pugh, Moore, Sienko and Amendola have moved up places, and then it's Unit and Gary Martin. So Zaustovic's lead was 0.6 of a second. Chris Carter also checks over his shoulder, and one driver, Henry, there running slightly wide, but it's good to see everyone through safely, and I think that was Tommaso Amendola just using a bit more of the track than he was supposed to. But at the moment, everyone through safely. Oh no, and we've had a spinner just as I say that. The barrier's completely taken out. And, well, what drivers did we find caught up there? Rob Moore was one of them. Now, we had one of the drivers try and come up the inside into that corner, and that, Henry, was something we were perhaps expecting with drivers not used to overtaking on this layout. This is the first time they've been allowed to really overtake each other, and unfortunately for a couple of drivers it's all gone wrong a little bit too soon.
Yes, that was Rob Moore and Anthony Unit who were also involved in that incident. All three drivers are in that. There should be some pretty good onboard footage of that issue as the circuit goes under the full course yellow, or it looks like it's a half course yellow at the very least. Marshals repairing the barriers down at the entrance to turn number 5, and that looked like a lunge up the inside, missed braking point, and yes, time qualifying is one thing, but racing on a new circuit layout is another kettle of fish altogether. But Zalcevic, with all drivers now in theory should be slowing down, as making their way into the pits, car number 142, that is Anthony Unit. So Anthony Unit now in number 142, and Unit will go out in 13th position with 3 minutes of racing elapsed. Zautovic will get back to racing speed and some clean air, but a good battle for second developing. Championship leader Chris Carter defending second place from Jamie Pender.
At the moment, we're focusing our attention on this battle for second between Carter, Pender and Nakar, two of the main championship contenders in that one, Carter and Pender. But Tomek Zaustovic doing a very good job at the moment. We said at Wilton Mill, this is what he needed to do. He needed to take some points away from Chris Carter. He finished 5th last time out, so a win for him today would really be just what he needed. And Pender there looked up the inside into Vale, not too sure if he was able to make it stick. There goes Adam Nakar then, so in Jamie Pender failing to pass Chris Carter, he has been punished by Adam Nakar and he's lost third place, Henry. Adam Nakar now has the task to try and pass Chris Carter, which Jamie Pender's been trying to do for about 12 laps.
Is on a mission, and side by side you notice there, Chris, for 5th position, Adam Daly and Tom Pugh, and Pugh in the plain white crash helmet passing Daly up the inside going into turn number 5, and that was very tight indeed. Pugh gave Adam Daly just enough room, but no more, and Daly on the outside with very little room between the exit of the track and the tyre barriers here at Sandown Park. Thought better of it and conceded the position. Early stages yet, 11 minutes in, we're running lap number 15. Pugh, Diogo Silva runs 7th, and then there's a big gap of 11 seconds back to... And Chris, you spotted something? What have you spotted?
Well, that was Nakar then going past Chris Carter just as we were looking down the order there. So Adam Nakar through to second place. It was the same place where he actually overtook Jamie Pender about 3 laps ago. So Adam Nakar now finally into second. It's taken him 16 laps to get there. 2.9 seconds is what it's cost him to the race leader. Let's see now if he can make that up over the next 47 minutes. He has a look over his shoulder.
Jamie Pender has been sat behind that number 1, 2, 3 machine for quite a few laps now. Do you think we're going to see frustration kick in and maybe a move take place into turn number 1? Carter runs a little bit wide, loses momentum, and there's the move now, and Carter fights back through turn number 2, wheel to wheel. Pugh tries the undercut, and Tom Pugh passes Carter, runs wide on top straight. A little bit of gesticulating between the two of them, but Tom Pugh moves into 4th position. Chris Carter, championship leader, has slipped back to 5th. Zaustovic is only about 10, 15 lengths behind the number 146 of Rob Moore, aiming to put the super heavy class leader a lap down. And in front of Moore is the number 141 of Blasienko and the number 142 of Anthony Unit. So Zaustovic is going to have to be on his toes in the next few minutes, because not only will he have to try and fend off Adam Nakar for the race lead, he's also got to try and scythe his way through traffic, who may not be aware of his presence as they're concentrating on their own battle, Chris.
Yes, and it's certainly last time out at Wilton Mill in the Inters in Enduro class, we did see backmarkers pretty much playing a result. Oh, and we've just, that's Rob Moore, is it? I think they've gone past, or perhaps, Yes, it was Rob Moore, and he was very generous to the two leaders there in letting them through. What's happening with Tom Pugh? He is in third place. He done a 46.3 last time round, and he does another 46.3 this time round. He is 4.5 seconds back from the two leaders, but this is a really good showing from Tom Pugh, and perhaps, Henry, he's been the surprise package of this race.
Indeed, he has, Chris. Not a factor in the championship. In fact, not featuring in the point standings whatsoever. So a real wild card here today. And again, the drivers who are championship regulars, they tend to get to know each other. Zaustovic and Nakar, well, they've raced together most of the season. They're aware of each other's characteristics. They know whether the driver is a particularly aggressive driver or will, leave racing room. Tom Pugh is a complete wild card. They don't know whether he's going to be sending one at the inside at any given moment or whether he's a gentleman. Further back, coming through turn number 1 now. We've got a side-by-side battle coming through turns 1, 2 and 3. That is number 102, Adam Daly, holding off Diogo Silva. So Silva and Daly trading bodywork as they go down the top straight, wheel to wheel, full speed into Vale. Who's going to give first? Silva looks like he's on the inside. Daly has to concede the position on the outside, but then he tries the crossover move and retakes the place going into turn number 5. That means he's going to be on the outside line for turn number 6, but he manages to scrabble across and hold on to the position. But Diogo Silva in number 108, following the number 102 of Adam Daly, both drivers carrying onboard cameras. But as the leaders come across the line to complete lap number 56, Nakar has been really turning the screw on the race leader for the last couple of laps. And as we enter the final 17, 18 or so minutes of this event, the tension is beginning to mount, and still Pugh holding station just 3 seconds off the lead. Other than that, Rob Moore in number 146, the driver with the bright yellow crash helmet and the bright blue race suit, he is doing all he can to hold off number 124, Tommaso Amendola, for 10th place. So Rob Moore, the leading super heavy driver, coming across the line now, has got Amendola on him. And if we look at Moore's onboard camera, we're going to see the number 124 briefly appearing by the side of him. He checks over Amendola to his inside, wheel to wheel, down top straight. Moore just has to give way as they go into Vale corner. Now, will he duck out coming out of Vale? The answer is no, he cannot. So, Tommaso Amendola, who we saw slowing a few minutes ago, just briefly, fighting back into the top 10. Rob Moore down to 11th, but Moore looking to the inside going into turn number 7, but he has to back out of that move. No change at the front whilst we're watching this battle for the final place in the top 10. And with 10 minutes to go, just over 10 minutes to go, Amendola looks to have the better of Robert Moore. As Zaustovic approaches the rear bumper of number 108, Diogo Silva, Nakar is not in a position to challenge in case Silva doesn't see the blue flags, which are being waved by the extremely diligent track marshalling team here at Sandown Park. And there goes Zaustovic to the inside. Everyone holds their breath. Silva does not see Adam Nakar, and Nakar is going to lose a couple of kart lengths, and you can't blame Diogo Silva too much. He's got his own battle, and you can see Adam Daly coming on the top straight now as he looks over his shoulder, coming off turn 3 and almost hits the tyres. And Daly now has to move aside, going through, but he doesn't. And the leader is right behind Adam Daly, who doesn't move over. Now he signals to the race leader to move out of the way. Will he do the same for Adam Nakar? We've got 10 minutes to go, Chris. But Nakar, I think, will be ruining a potential missed opportunity. And Daly just can't get out of the way quick enough, but he doesn't want to get out of the way too much because that will allow Diogo Silva back in, and Nakar is now losing ground, but he finally makes the move going into the first corner, And that brings Diogo Silva right back onto the rear bumper of Adam Daly. There goes Silva with a lunge to turn number 3, but doesn't move. And, well,
into turn number 1, the gap hasn't come down. They both did 46.5s, as did Tom Pugh in 3rd place. Interestingly enough, all of that brought Tom Pugh closer. Oh, and Tom Pugh up the inside of Diogo Silva there. Couldn't quite make the move stick though, so on board with Silva. You can see here will come Tom Pugh up the inside. Will he? No. What about into turn 5? Will we see Tom Pugh coming through? No. It's a new personal best, 47.041 for Tommaso, who is 10th on the road. 13th, and 2 laps down from Rob. We're approaching then the final 5 minutes. As Zaustovic, you can see ahead of him, catching another back marker. I think that might have been Rob Moore, who he just passed. 2 more corners to go then as he comes in towards turn number 7. This is exactly what Tomek Zaustovic needed. And as he comes out the last corner, there's the checkered flag. It's victory for Tomek Zaustovic. And an absolutely brilliant drive for him. And in all the excitement, he's missed the pit entry. So a lap of glory then for Tomek Zaustovic as he heads out of turn 3. 2nd goes to Adam Nakar. 3rd, a brilliant performance from Tom Pugh. 4th will be Jamie Pender. He comes across the line now. Chris Carter then just heading through turn number 7. It's been a disappointing race by his standards. This the first time he's been off the podium all season. He finishes 5th. Adam Daly will be 6th place. Diogo Silva challenged Adam Daly on a number of occasions. In the end, was just 7/10 behind. He is 7th. Robert Pertak is 8th. Then it's Blaise Sienko. Tommaso Amendola rounds out the top 10. Rob Moore is 11th and takes a victory in the super heavy class. Anthony Unit is 12th. Gary Martin is 13th after he had to make a pit stop earlier. Of course, Anthony Unit's one of the drivers involved in that incident at the start of the race. So, Tom, first time I believe racing DMAX maybe, or first time for this year. But what a good first race.
I had a go in the lights at Whittle Mill with Harrison ages ago, about 2 months ago. I went in the lights, and obviously there's no chance. It's just the weight difference. But then I thought I'd have a go in this one this weekend as well. I actually missed Silverstone yesterday because I raced the Mazda MX-5s, and so I missed it yesterday to do some testing with Harrison and come along this weekend. So yeah, so it was my first ever time on this track, let alone in reverse. I've never been around it the right way, but yeah, no, it's a good track. I really enjoyed it, and to be fair, I never really thought much of Sandown all these years. We've been going to Milton Keynes. I thought, oh, Sandown's never going to be as good as Milton Keynes, but thoroughly enjoyed it. Great track, and it's great fun. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Well done, Tom. You certainly had these guys worried up the front. Adam, though, 2nd, you were on the back foot at the start, had to work your way through. Eventually you caught Tomek, but just couldn't find a way through.
No, well, I caught Tomek. I thought this was looking really good. I caught him quite quickly and thought I'd be able to pass quite easily, but never even got close enough to have a go in the end. Not sure how he got such a big gap at the end. I didn't tyre like I did at Wilton Mill, but yeah, never really got a chance to have a go, which was a shame. It's a good circuit, this one. I like it backwards. Reverse full next season.
I'd like to see that. Yeah, that's perhaps an official shout out. But well done, Adam. You certainly had Tomek worried at many points throughout the race, but overall, Tomek, you really controlled that one.
Yeah, it looked like that, but it wasn't easy, believe me. In the beginning, I thought I'm going to have quite a good gap, but then, a couple of laps later, Adam is on my rear bumper, and I thought, how did he do that? So, good recovery, Adam, and yeah, later on in the race, I tried to adopt my strategy in such a way that I was trying to get a quicker exit of corners so that Adam couldn't gain on me, especially on the straight, where he would have a really good overtaking point into the Vale. So yeah, eventually it worked out really well, and I'm happy with the result.
And in terms of the championship, Jamie down in 4th, Chris down in 5th. So in some ways, these guys have done you a bit of a favour today and allowed you to close in.
Oh yeah, pond-wise, it works very well. So hopefully I'll get closer to Chris after that race. And yeah, can't wait for next Enduro race.
Well done, well done. If you've enjoyed the racing today at Sandown Park, why not join us at the next round? To book your place on the grid, visit our website or call this number.